Google just told everyone that it's not 2025. Their AI literally thinks we're still in 2024. And that's just the beginning of how strange things are getting at the tech giant. Think about this for a second. The company that organizes the world's information can't even get the current year right. Their AI Overviews feature, the one that sits at the top of every search result now, confidently tells millions of users wrong information every single day. And instead of fixing it, Google is doubling down on something even weirder. Before continuing, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. You know what's crazy? While other tech companies are racing to make their AI smarter, Google seems to be going in a completely different direction. They're not just making mistakes, they're making bizarre choices that have investors scratching their heads and users jumping ship to competitors. The company that once dominated search is now becoming the weird kid in the AI classroom, and the financial implications are massive. Let me paint you a picture of what's really happening behind closed doors at Google headquarters. Remember when Google was the undisputed king of the internet? Those days might be numbered, and it's not because they lack talent or resources. It's because their AI strategy looks like it was designed by someone who's never actually used the internet. Their latest AI mode feature, which they're pushing hard in the United States, is supposed to revolutionize how we search. But here's what they're not telling you. Users are reporting that it gives completely wrong answers with absolute confidence. Ask it about current events, and it might tell you things that happened 3 years ago are happening right now. Ask it for financial advice, and it might suggest investment strategies that would make any financial advisor laugh out loud. But the weird part isn't just the mistakes. It's how Google is responding to them. Instead of pulling back and fixing these issues, they're actually expanding AI overviews to more searches. They're showing these AI-generated summaries on top of regular search results, even when they know the accuracy rate is questionable at best. Here's where it gets really interesting from a business perspective. Google's parent company, Alphabet, saw their stock barely move up 0.5% in 2025, while Microsoft jumped 20%. Meta went up 22%. These numbers tell a story that Wall Street is starting to notice. Google is losing the AI race, and they're losing it in the weirdest way possible. The financial impact is already showing. Google Cloud, which should be crushing it with all this AI hype, is growing slower than expected. Their AI revenue projections for 2025 were supposed to hit $20 billion. That sounds like a lot, right? But when you compare it to what Microsoft is doing with their AI partnerships, Google looks like they're playing catch-up with a broken compass. And then there's Notebook LM, Google's AI research tool that creates fake podcasts. Yes, you heard that right. Fake podcasts, complete with 2 AI hosts who have vocal fry and everything. While OpenAI is building tools that help businesses automate complex tasks, Google is building AI that pretends to be podcast hosts. The feature went viral, sure, but for all the wrong reasons. People are using it as entertainment, not as a serious business tool. The business community is starting to take notice of these weird decisions. Major corporations that were considering Google's AI solutions are now having second thoughts. Why would you trust your business operations to an AI that can't even tell you what year it is? Why would you invest in technology from a company that seems more interested in creating novelty features than solving real problems? Here's what most people don't understand about the AI market right now. It's not just about having the best technology, it's about trust. When businesses integrate AI into their operations, they're betting their entire future on these systems working correctly. One wrong recommendation, one bad prediction, and you could lose millions. Google's weird AI behavior is destroying that trust faster than they can rebuild it. The numbers don't lie. Google's AI-related capital spending is through the roof, but the returns aren't matching the investment. They're spending billions on infrastructure, hiring top talent, and building massive data centers. But what are they actually producing? An AI that tells people to put glue on pizza and thinks we're living in the past. Meanwhile, their competitors are eating their lunch. OpenAI's ChatGPT has become the go-to AI for businesses and individuals alike. Microsoft's Copilot is integrated into Office products that millions of businesses use every day. And Google? They're still trying to figure out why their AI keeps hallucinating basic facts. The hallucination problem is particularly damaging for Google's reputation. When your entire business model is built on providing accurate information, having an AI that makes stuff up is more than just embarrassing. It's potentially catastrophic. Businesses are already reporting losses from following Google AI's recommendations. Legal teams are preparing lawsuits. The regulatory scrutiny is intensifying. But here's the really weird part. Google has some of the smartest AI researchers in the world. They literally invented the transformer architecture that powers most modern AI systems. They have more data than almost anyone else. They have the resources to build whatever they want. So why are they failing so spectacularly? The answer might surprise you. Sources inside Google suggest that the company is suffering from a massive identity crisis. They're trying to be everything to everyone, and in the process, they're becoming nothing to anyone. They want to be the fun, creative AI company with features like podcast generation. They want to be the serious business AI company competing with Microsoft. They want to be the consumer-friendly AI company taking on ChatGPT, and they're failing at all three. This strategic confusion is showing up in their product releases. Take Gemini, their flagship AI model. On paper, it should be amazing. It has a massive context window, sophisticated reasoning capabilities, and access to Google's vast knowledge base. But in practice, users consistently report that it underperforms both ChatGPT and Claude in real-world tasks. It's like having a Ferrari engine in a golf cart. The financial markets are starting to price in this weirdness. Analysts are downgrading their expectations for Google's AI revenue. Institutional investors are quietly moving their money to Microsoft and other AI players. The company that once had a monopoly on internet search is watching its dominance slip away, one weird AI decision at a time. And it's not just about the money. Google's weird AI behavior is affecting real people in real ways. Students are getting wrong information for their homework. Researchers are getting flawed data for their studies. Businesses are making decisions based on incorrect AI summaries. The knock-on effects are massive and growing every day. The privacy concerns are another weird aspect of Google's AI strategy. Their Gemini privacy policy is so aggressive that even tech-savvy users are backing away. They want access to your data in ways that would make even Facebook blush. And for what? To power an AI that can't even get basic facts right? But perhaps the weirdest thing of all is Google's response to criticism. Instead of acknowledging the problems and working to fix them, they're doubling down. They're expanding AI features, increasing their integration into search, and pushing users to adopt tools that clearly aren't ready for prime time. It's like watching someone drive straight toward a cliff while insisting they know a shortcut. The developer community is especially frustrated. Google's AI Studio, which should be a powerful tool for building AI applications, is intimidating and complex. The documentation is confusing. The pricing is opaque. Developers who should be Google's biggest advocates are instead warning others to stay away. This is creating a massive opportunity for competitors. Startups that would never have had a chance against Google are now gaining traction. Alternative search engines are seeing record traffic. AI companies that focus on accuracy over features are winning enterprise contracts. Google's weird behavior is accidentally creating an entire ecosystem of competitors. The long-term implications for investors are serious. If Google can't figure out its AI strategy, its core search business is at risk. And search is still where most of their money comes from. Those billions in ad revenue could evaporate if users lose trust in Google's ability to provide accurate information. Some industry insiders are predicting that Google might need to completely restart their AI efforts, scrap everything and begin from scratch with a clear vision and strategy. But that would mean admitting failure, something big tech companies rarely do. It would also mean falling even further behind in the AI race. The irony is that Google had everything they needed to win. They had the first mover advantage. They had the best researchers. They had unlimited resources. They had the data. They had the user base. But somehow, they turned all those advantages into a weird, confused mess that nobody quite understands. For business owners and investors watching this unfold, The lesson is clear. Having the best technology isn't enough. You need a clear vision, a coherent strategy, and most importantly, you need to maintain user trust. Google's weird AI journey is becoming a cautionary tale for the entire tech industry. As we move forward, keep an eye on Google's quarterly earnings. The real story won't be in their revenue numbers. It'll be in their user engagement metrics, their cloud growth rates, and their AI adoption statistics. Those numbers will tell us whether Google can recover from this weird phase or whether they're destined to become another tech giant that lost its way. The AI revolution is here, but Google might be watching it from the sidelines, still trying to figure out what year it is. And that's not just weird. It's a massive missed opportunity that could define the next decade of tech. Subscribe for more tech and business breakdowns.